In Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has expressed the unwavering commitment to completely eliminate terrorism from the country. The Finance Minister says the government is keen on introducing policy measures to provide incentives to foreign investors. A two-day meeting of the Council of Heads of the Government of Shanghai Cooperation Organization will be held in October in Islamabad. The Indian troops have initiated aggressive coordinated search operations to further escalate fear and repression in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The United Nations Secretary General has urged Israel to immediately end large-scale military offensive in occupied West Bank. The second cricket test of the two-match series between Pakistan and Bangladesh will begin in Rawalpindi from tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif has expressed the unwavering commitment to completely eliminate terrorism from the country. He was speaking at the Provincial Apex Committee of the National Action Plan in Quetta today, alluding to the unfortunate terrorist incidents that took place on last Monday in Balochistan. The Prime Minister said all obstacles in the way of the province's progress and prosperity will be removed with collective resolve and vision. He said the entire nation is grieved over the recent incidents of terrorism in Balochistan. The Prime Minister said a nefarious plot was orchestrated by the terrorist organizations and Khawarij that led to martyrdom of officers and sepoys of the frontier constabulary, levies and civilians as well. He said their sacrifices will not go in vain. Shahbaz Sharif said monster of terrorism, which has resurfaced after 2018, will be crushed not only in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, but in other parts of the country. He said we will again put the country on the path of progress and prosperity by following the course of the Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal. The Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb has reaffirmed that the government is keen on introducing policy measures that will streamline investment processes and provide incentives for foreign investors. He was chairing a review meeting with the representatives from joint venture investment companies, including Park Brunei Investment Company Limited and Saudi Park Industrial and Agricultural Investment Company in Islamabad today. Mohammad Aurangzeb also expressed the government's unwavering commitment to creating an enabling environment for private sector investment. He recognized the critical role that joint venture companies like Park Brunei Investment Company Limited and Saudi Park Industrial and Agricultural Investment Company can play an important role in driving economic growth. He underscored the importance of these ventures in attracting foreign direct investment. The Chief Executive Officer of Park Brunei Investment Company Limited gave a brief overview about the portfolio of the company and its major initiatives in Pakistan. Pakistan has reaffirmed the commitment to provide full security to all Chinese nationals, projects and institutions. The reaffirmation was expressed by the Foreign Office spokesperson Mumtaz Zahra Baloch during weekly news briefing in Islamabad today. The spokesperson said China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is a transformational project that has contributed positively and transparently to Pakistan's national development. She said the corridor project enjoys support and popularity in all the provinces and across the political divide in Pakistan. The spokesperson confirmed that invitations have been extended to all the heads of government of Shanghai Cooperation Organization member countries, including the Prime Minister of India, for the forthcoming meeting of the Council of Heads of Government of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Mumtaz Zahra Baloch said, we have also received some confirmations. She said the meeting is scheduled to take place in Islamabad on the 15th to the 16th of October. The President Asif Ali Zardari has has conferred Hilal Imtiaz upon Olympic gold medalist Arshad Nadeem in recognition of his outstanding achievement in the Paris Olympics 2024. The award was given at a special investiture ceremony in Islamabad today. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Munir Akram, has expressed deep concern over the grave challenges currently facing the international order. Speaking to a group of Fulbright scholars at the Pakistan mission in New York, he highlighted proliferation of regional and global conflicts, including those in Gaza, Ukraine, Africa, South Asia, and the South China Sea, as stark indicators of erosion of foundations of international peace and security. Focusing on South Asia, Ambassador Munir Akram reiterated that the region remains a nuclear flashpoint due to unresolved dispute over occupied Jammu and Kashmir. He underscored the need for a just and lasting resolution to the issue to ensure regional stability. This is Radio Pakistan. In the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism have martyred 3 more Kashmiri youth in Kupwara district. The youth were martyred during a cordon search operation in Tangdar area of the district. Meanwhile, the Indian troops have escalated their violent cordon search operations in Rajouri and Punch districts. On the other hand, the Bharatiya Janata Party-led Indian government is escalating its repressive measures in occupied Jammu and Kashmir by deploying an additional 500 companies of paramilitary forces under the guise of facilitating the elections. The so-called assembly elections in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir are set to be held in 3 phases on September 18th, September 25th, and October 1st. In addition to this latest deployment, the BJP government has already sent nearly 3,000 troops to the Jammu division to intimidate and harass those advocating for the United Nations recognized inalienable right to self-determination. Furthermore, 2,000 Border Security Force personnel have been stationed along the working boundary in Jammu, Samba, and Katwa districts. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has urged Israel to immediately end its large-scale military offensive in the occupied West Bank. In a statement, he strongly condemned the loss of lives, including children, during the Israeli military operation in the West Bank. 5 more Palestinians, including commander of Al-Quds Brigades Mohammed Jabir, have been martyred in the Israeli strikes in Tulkarem refugee camp in occupied West Bank. The martyrdom toll of Palestinians in the Israeli aggression in Gaza since October 7 last year has now risen to over 40,500. China has urged foreign forces to end illegal military presence in Syria. In remarks at the United Nations Security Council briefing on Syria, China's Deputy Permanent Representative to the United Nations, Shen Chuang, stressed the importance of upholding Syria's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Chinese envoy also urged Israel to cease its attacks on Syria. He called on major powers outside the region to play a constructive role in easing the situation in the region. The International Day Against Nuclear Tests is being observed today. The day is observed to create awareness about the impact of nuclear tests or any other nuclear explosions and the need for their cessation to achieve the goal of a nuclear weapons-free world. In his message on the occasion, the United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called for a complete ban on nuclear tests. And now cricket. The second cricket test of the 2-match series between Pakistan and Bangladesh will begin in Rawalpindi from tomorrow. The match will start at 10 in the morning. Bangladesh lead the series 1-0. And finally, the weather report. More widespread rain, windstorm and thundershowers are expected in the Punjab, Islamabad, Pothohar regions, Sindh, Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir during the next 12 hours. Heavy falls are also expected in lower Sindh, northeast and south Balochistan, northeast and central Punjab, Pothohar region, upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan during the period. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.